Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about decision making and branching statement, or you may say the conditional statement. So, let's know what is conditional statement. The construct that choose and execute one or group of instructions depending upon the outcome of a decision, then that is known as your conditional statement. Okay, let's say if the room is dark, then switch on your light. Okay, means you got a condition here, means you have a outcome about the statement that if the room is dark, then turn on the light. Okay, similarly, if or you can say the percentage is more than or equal to 60, then the student is passed with the first division. Okay, these are like what conditional statements. Here the condition is the percentage is equal to or greater than 60, that is your condition. Okay, if the condition satisfied, then the student is passed. The student passed, that is my result. Okay, or the outcome. So these kind of statements are known as your conditional statements. So conditional statement are also known as your branching statement or decision statement or selection statement. Okay, means you may say the conditional statement in your decision making or decision statement, or you can say branching statement or any kind of selection statements. Okay, let's go to the next point. That is, through this we can we have a decision depending upon the situation, whatever the situation may be. Okay, whether it is room is dark, or it may be the result of your result is 60%. Okay, that is your situation. So in Java there are two types of conditional statements. One is if statement, another one is your switch statement. Okay, means Java provides two types of conditional statements, that is your if statement and switch statement. So let's go to my if statement. Here if statements are in several kinds. Okay, that is, the first one is your simple if statement, the next one is your nested if statement, the next one is the if else statement, nested if else statement, and the if else if ladder. Okay, these all kind of if statements are supported in your Java programming. Okay, so let's discuss about the simple if statement. So what is simple if statement? The if or the if construct or the conditional statement is used to check one or more conditions and then execute the statements associated with if when the condition is true. Otherwise the control skips the if statement. Okay, like if you see here in your block diagram, if there is a condition, right? So if the condition is true, then it execute the statement block. Okay, if the condition is false, then it will directly pass to the directly go to the next code or the rest of the code. It means the block of statements are skipped. Okay, if the condition is false. If the condition is true, then the statements are executed. After then the rest of the code is be executed. Okay, so this is the working of your if statement. If you see the syntax, so you have to write if, then your parenthesis, inside your parenthesis you have to put the condition. Okay, then start your curly braces, after then your statement block, then your curly braces close. Okay, so in this way you can write a if statement, or here it is your if statement syntax. Let's do a quick example using your if statement. Okay, here it is the example, that is, write a program to check a number is even using a simple if statement. Okay, means you have to check the number is even or not. For that, what you will do, how to know the number is even or not? So if the number is, let's say number is 4. Okay, if this number is divided by 2 is equals to 0, then this is known as your what? It is a even number. Means the condition is this 4 divided by 2 is equals to 0. Equals to 0 is my condition statement. So in this way you can put this condition to in your if statement, so that you can write your Java program, okay, using your if statement. Let's go to my program, okay, or open my BlueJ. Create a class. Let's say class name is program, sorry, class, let's say problem 3. Okay, let's say problem 4. Now what is my question? That write a program to check the number is even using simple if statement. Okay, so let's first create the class, that is public class, your class name, that is problem 4. Okay, inside your class, let's create a method that is void, let's say display or even. Okay, your method is parenthesis open close. Okay, so here parenthesis, then your curly braces start here. Okay, so this is the end of the class and this is the end of the method. This is the starting of the method and this is the starting of the class. Okay, let's say that whether to check the number is even or not. Let's say my number is int num is equals to, let's say, 23. Okay, now we have to check a condition, right? How to check that? We have a if statement for that. So if in inside your parenthesis, okay, inside your if parenthesis you have to put your condition. Okay, what is my condition? That is if number, we have to find the remainder so that it is divisible by 0. So this is your condition, that is number mod of 2 is equals to 0. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, okay, so here it is my printing statement, that is println the number is even. Okay, then execute. After then system dot out dot println, here I am writing down the execution end. Okay, so let's compile the program. Create your instance of your class, then call the even method. So here the output is execution end. Why? If you see my program, let's open the program side by side. This is my program and this is my output screen. Okay, here my number is what? 23. That means 23 mod of 2 is equals to 0. It means the condition is false. Okay, if condition is false, then the if execution or the statements are not executed, whatever you write in your if block, and it executed to the next of the line. Okay, means the if block is skipped if the condition is false. Okay, so Here the condition is false, so we have the message that execution end. All right, means if you see my this block diagram, here the statement flows condition, the condition is here false, then rest of the code is executed. So whatever the statement is, that statement are skipped. Okay, let's go to my, okay, again let's say my number is, instead of 23, my number is, let's say, 20. Okay, now compile the program again and now run the program. See, here is the execution, the number is even. Okay, why? Because the number of mod of 2 is equal to 0, means here the condition gets true. Okay, so it return the number is even statement, then it return the execution end. Okay, so this is the working of your what, if statement. Okay, also you can do in this way, that is, let's say int remainder is equals to num mod of 2. Okay, now inside your condition, that is remainder is equals to 0. Okay, if the remainder is equals to 0, then the number is even, and after then the execution end. Okay, you can write in this way also, in this way also you get the same result. Okay, here the number is even and the execution end. Okay, so let's go to my next one, that is nested if statement. Okay, so the if statements can be contained within another if statement, means inside your if statement you can write another if statement. Okay, that is known as your nested if statement. Okay, and the inner if statement will be executed only if the condition of outer if statement is true. Okay, if you see the syntax, then you will understand well. So here it is the syntax, that here it is my first if statement, that is if condition 1. Okay, inside your if statement there is another one, that is if condition 2. Okay, after the statement block, and this is the closing of my inner if statement, and this is the closing of my outer if statement. Okay, so if the condition, if the first condition, that is the condition number 1, if the first condition is false, then your inner loop or inner if statement is not executed. Okay, it only executed when the first condition is true. Okay, means when is the statement block is executed, that it means when the condition 1 and condition 2 both conditions are in true, then this statement will be executed. Otherwise the statement is not executed. Okay, if say condition 1 is satisfied but condition 2 is not satisfied, okay, then it also not execute the statement block. All right, but if you write any statement inside your outer if statement, okay, then that statement will be executed if only the condition 1 is satisfied. Okay, otherwise it only return the what, the rest of the code. Okay, so let's say, let's do a example using your what, the inner loop, sorry, and the inner if statement. Okay, here it is the example, the question, that write a program to take an integer number as an argument of a method. Okay, means we have a method argument here. Okay, now check whether the integer argument is an even number or an odd number. Okay, if the integer argument is itself divisible by 5, means we have two conditions here. First condition is either it is a even or odd. Okay, as well as it is divisible by 5 or not. Okay, before that let's do the program using the whichever the modify that the previous program to even number and print the odd number. Okay, means you have to check whether the integer argument is an even number and odd number. Okay, let's do that program first. After then we have to check with an another argument or another condition, that is the divisible by 5. Okay, let's go for it. Open BlueJ. So this is my program. Okay, let's modify this program to print even number as well as the odd number. Okay, means here modify the program, write a program to check the number is even or odd using simple if statement. Okay, so for that, for the odd number, I have put another statement or another if statement, that is remainder is equals to 1. If the remainder is 1, okay, then it is an odd number. Println okay, let's say that is a number 21. Save. Okay, now compile it. Now run the program. Here the number is odd. Okay, clear? Now let's go to my the nested if question or the example. Okay, so here write a program to take an integer number as an argument of a method. Okay, then check whether the integer argument is an even number or an odd number. Okay, and if the integer argument is itself divisible by 5, there is a two conditions here, right? So go to my program. So we have to take what? An integer argument for your method. Let's say the method name is check with a integer argument, that is my int num. Okay, and here I am omitted. Okay, now we have to check, we have the conditions, that one condition is what, that number or that argument is itself divisible by 5. Okay, means your number is what, your number mod of 5 is equals to 0. Okay, this is one of the condition, and the another condition is number of divided by 2 is equals to 0, or it may be equals to 1. For equals to 0 it is a even number, and the equals to 1 it is a odd number. Okay, so let's put the condition of number that is divisible by 5 or not. Okay, so go to my program. This is my program. So first condition is if number mod of 5 is equals to 0. Okay, so this is my first condition. Okay, inside this condition, okay, we have to check if this condition is satisfied. Okay, if the number is divisible by 5, then we have to check whether that number is even or not. Okay, for that I am giving another statement, that is if number mod of 2 is equals to 0. If the condition is true, then system.out.println the number is what, even number. Okay, similarly we have to print the odd number, that is if number mod of 2 is equals to 1. Okay, then system dot print out dot println the number is odd number or odd one. Okay, then end of the inner if loop. Okay, this is the end of what? Inner if. Okay, the second one. Okay, and here it is the end of your outer if. Okay, so if the number value is divided by 5 is equals to 0, and as well as the condition of 2 is 0, then only the message is printed, otherwise it left the program or execution the program at the end of my. Okay, let's compile the program. Okay, now go to my program, create the instance. Now call the check method with a number argument. Let's say my number is 12. Okay, so if you see that execution end, why? Because 12, that number is even, but the 12 is not divisible by 5. Okay, so the 5, because the number is not divisible by 5, so it will not execute it whether it is even or not. Okay, if let's say my number is 15. Okay, so here the number is odd and then program end. Okay, if the number is let's say 20, then the number is divisible by 5. Okay, as well as the number is even, so the number is even and execution end. Okay, it means if the first mean or the outer condition is satisfied and your second the inner condition is satisfied, then it will be executed. If the outer condition is not satisfied, then inner condition will not be checked. Okay, so this is the working of your what? Nested if loop. Okay, or you can say it is a nested if. Okay, so here the second statement is said the same thing, that is the inner if statement will be executed only if the condition of outer if statement is true. Okay, also you can do this program in another way, that is you may you are already taught about your what, that is your operator. Okay, that is end operator, or operator, not operator, right? You can use the end operator here to check the both of the conditions in single if statement. Okay, so in that way you can also write this program. Okay, let's do the program in that way. Let's say that if, okay, the condition is mod of number mod of 5 is equals to 0, and number mod of 2 is equals to 0. Okay, here it is my two conditions in a single if statement. Okay, using your AND operator. Okay, if both the conditions are true, then system.out.println the number is even. Okay, next is second one, or for your odd number, that is if number mod of 5 is equals to 0, and the number mod of 2 is equals to 1. Okay, then system dot out dot println the number is odd. Okay, so you can write the program in this way, but if the program is like this, write a program to check a number even or odd, as well as it is divisible by 5. Okay, using your simple if. Okay, as well as it is divisible by 5 using your simple if. Then you can do in this way. Okay, using your AND operator. That is also your conditional operator. All right. So here the condition, the first condition is true and the second condition is true. Then the if loop is executed. Okay, if any one of the condition is false, then it will not execute. Okay, let's compile the program again and now run the program. Let's say my number is 34. Okay, the 34 number is not divisible by 5. Okay, so one of my condition is false, right? So see, there is no output, only the execution end is displayed. Okay, let's say another number, like 35. Okay, so here the number is odd and then execution end. Okay, the if condition, even number condition is not satisfied, so the first if condition is not executed. Okay, and then rest of the code is executed. Okay, let's say another number to check whether that number is even or not, like 40. Okay, it is divisible by 5 as well as your divisible by 2 also. Okay, so the number is even as well as it printed the rest of the code. Okay, so this is all about the what, your if statement and your nested if statement. Okay, if you see here, already we know what is the simple if statement and the nested if statement. Okay, on my next class we'll learn about the if else statement, nested if else statement, as well as your what is if else ladder. Okay, so I hope you all understand the conditional statements. Okay, you have any doubts, then you can query me. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.